In the last two videos I posted on my main channel, I have grown from 2,000 to 6,000 subscribers and completely transformed my personal brand. In this video, I want to share you how. And for the people that are watching the Road to 1M series, which for context today is day number 93 of me doing live, showing you guys absolutely everything until I rebuild my business to cash collecting $1 million personal profit for myself. Welcome. Today was just a reflection day. I spent a lot of the day driving to get back home because, as you know, I took 2 days to really just recover after doing another 30 days straight of monk mode. And yeah, that's really all. So there's no crazy cinematic shots, and that's why I'm recording this video. And I want to start by saying I am by no means a YouTube expert or have any of this figured out. I am just somebody who spends 12 hours a day doing this, right? And I run a YouTube agency where I make videos for other people, and I've taken their channels from absolutely nothing to now getting really good views and acquiring clients. And I also have done it on my own channel. And here's where the belief that held me back for so long really stems from. When somebody commits to organic content and they're going to do a really good job at it, they set a long-term time horizon. I'm going to achieve in 5 years. I'm going to achieve in 10 years. And this is me. This is a very constructive and powerful belief that I held, and it will continue to make you just show up, post, and get better every single day. Now, the caveat to that, and where I fell short for so long, is I didn't really understand that at this moment that you're watching this video, there are millions, hundreds of thousands, depending on what size of your market, that are watching your videos, your competitors' videos, and could be watching your video right now. And understanding that and then visibly seeing it are two very different things. And when I visually saw it for the first time, it blew my mind, because at any point, the algorithm could decide to show your video for a blip to the millions of people on the platform right now, and you would get millions of views. And it wouldn't matter the metrics, any of these things. And while that can't happen, it's a mental exercise that makes you start to understand the sheer potential that exists if you just make good content. Because when you elongate your time horizons, and I've been, again, a victim of this. This is me talking to the things that I sucked at. You elongate your time horizons and you just begin coping. You just start saying to yourself, oh, I just have to post more. I just have to get more and more volume out. And you try and take this kind of brute force bludgeoned method to take over the algorithm. And while that can work, the biggest secret that I found to longevity, but then also just breaking through, is making genuinely good stuff. And there's different ways to do that. There's informationally valuable stuff. There is cinematically valuable stuff. There is kind of lifestyle valuable stuff. There's so many different areas. But when I started thinking about what are things that I can currently talk about that people are already interested in, because that's kind of where the bridge to actually implementing this comes in, I was able to find a format on my channel that allowed me to succeed. And that's a whole nother thing. But your channel should operate in a format. Every great channel that has, again, extreme longevity operates like a TV series where you lock down as many of the variables of content as possible, and there's only one set variable that changes. So I think of the show Friends, for example. On every episode of Friends, you know the characters, you know the basic set of their homes that they're in, and the variable is just whatever happens on that given day. But you know you're not going to be in some crazy different place, or that they're going to be doing something else. You know exactly what's going on. And that's so powerful because, for example, I'll show you the series here. You can see every thumbnail's done in a crime board style. I've become the crime board breakdown guy, where I fixated all the variables and I've kept them locked in once I figured out something that worked for them. And then I only change the variable that, again, people care about, which in my case scenario, I thought, what's the best way to demonstrate a expertise of knowing how content is created? Well, instead of trying to sing to the trees about how good it is to do XYZ YouTube strategy, kind of like I'm doing now actually, this video won't get as many views because people don't already know I exist. The people that others wanted to hear content and branding advice from is from the people that they're actively seeing garner all of this attention. And the people that are coaching YouTube and personal brand, or making videos on it at least, aren't necessarily those people. I mean, they could be, but they're not necessarily the only people and the main people. So when I understood that, it made me take a hit to my ego, but it allowed me to, again, take something that people already care about and therefore tap in to the attention that's already being spent on the platform. And again, I did this with people that were getting attention. Lifestyle marketing is doing that with cars and any other kind of luxury good that people care about and aspire to have. Think of other examples. There's informational of people doing this where they take quick concepts that people care a lot about. Like, for example, there was a wave we're talking about short form content and why it's bad for you was super popular. Looks maxing is a great example of a topic that's in right now. But these people are riding the waves of things that others already care about. And if you can understand the first principle of that, you can find a unique plugin or a unique advantage where you might have insights. So for me, I looked at what I spent a lot of my time doing, which was analyzing these creators and trying to understand them for my own benefit. I thought to myself, okay, well, if I'm doing this, other people probably care as well. And that's what spawned the birth of the series that I do now on my main channel. So on this channel, I was looking at all the lifestyle content that I liked, and I saw a gap between interesting content, like cinematically engaging, enjoyable to watch, vibe, and have emotion, and very authentic content. It'd either be somebody just sitting with a camera talking to you, or it would be a complete like cinematic craziness, and it's difficult to connect to the actual person who's recording the videos. So to myself, I thought, okay, well, what's the gap I can fill? And that's why I started the Road to 1M series, where again, now I have these series that are both going alongside, and I haven't figured out the vlog stuff yet, so don't ask me for advice on that. I'm very much still learning the ropes, and my videos get almost no views. However, on the main channel, creating that series and fixating the variables was what changed it for me. And if you're somebody who's doing content right now, I would advise you to think about what can I do to make my next video be the one, because it really can be, and you just haven't figured out what it needs to be in order to actually achieve that for you. And then the second thing is, how can you turn that into a format where you lock down the variables, have them repeat over and over again, and then only change the thing that the audience member cares about. And if you can do that every single time, you will be on a great trajectory to seeing success and avoid a lot of the cope that I know I personally fell for. And just by doing that and spending a lot more time like learning, like you can see, I went from never having thought I would learn how to edit and do 3D and like all this crazy stuff to now I've spent the last 2.5, 3 months of my life becoming like a motion graphics expert. And that's coming from someone who considered themselves like a seasoned entrepreneur and usually would outsource stuff like that. So there's so many things I could talk about on that note. However, I just want to share that lesson because super valuable, super profound to me, and I also needed something to talk about today. So let me know if you enjoyed, and the rest day is over. So we're gonna be back to more cinematic mixed in with this more kind of value style starting tomorrow. Hope the time you spent was worth the value you got in return. I'll see you in the next one.